Hello,
right?
cinema peeps.
Hello, cinema peeps.
Happy is it Tuesday? I don't know what day it is anymore.
It's Tuesday, yeah, unfortunately.
That looks amazing at what you're drinking there. It looks like some sort of secret scientific elixir.
It's the blood of my enemies.
Kaylee is having a week, and I have been having a week. So welcome to us having a week.
Yes. It may seem like forever and it'll never end, and there's not a stopping point of this hell. No, that's it. It's never gonna get better. There's no brighter side.
Oh, that hurts my heart.
But listen. Somebody loves you.
Oh,
just don't read the bottom part.
It's not just me.
Just don't read that part. Just don't read that part. Oh my god. Okay, so exciting news.
Yeah. Ooh.
The guy from last time, from Blown Away, he did not win. Thank the Lord.
Yay.
Although he got kicked out second to last episode. Took their sweet time. And there was another challenge he totally should have been kicked out for. But he didn't. Made me mad. But it's okay. Because he didn't get to the finale. He didn't win.
I feel like at that point they were literally just keeping him around for content's sake.
I think so.
Yeah.
I strongly believe in my soul. And I can't believe I didn't mention this last time. But, like, the start of the 8th episode, the weirdest thing happens. And it's very hard to explain without seeing it visually. But let me walk you through it.
Okay.
So, the 8th challenge in the Blown Away series is you have to create a high piece of fashion for a model. So that could be
glass?
something. Yes. So she can wear it. Or it's an accessory. Like, whatever you want it to be. But it has to be just made out of glass. And so they have this like model kind of walking in this silk black dress, and she's walking, she does a little turn, the artists are just kind of checking her out, and then she kind of turns and then just kind of sits there, and then the other guy goes, wow, and they cut to him and be like, oh, that's really embarrassing. And I'm like, did somebody fart? Like, the way he was acting was like someone ripped a fart and, like, nobody was commenting. But it was just him being awkward. He was just like, oh, I don't know what to look at, you know? And I'm just like, I'm sorry. All the signs you were giving me were like somebody ripped a fart. Either the mom ripped a fart, either you ripped a fart. Somebody ripped a fart. And no one was owning up to it. Which honestly would have been the best piece of content ever. But apparently, no, it's just him being awkward. It was very bizarre.
Oh my gosh.
Just watch that. Just watch that bit.
Okay. And
you'll be complete in life. But yeah, that was sadly, I think that's one of the highlights of my week. I can't think of anything else.
Oh my god.
I did watch Did you watch WandaVision?
I did watch WandaVision, yes.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about WandaVision.
What did you think?
I liked it. It's been getting more and more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Lots more questions.
Mm-hmm.
Lots more things to, like, consider what's going on here. So we finally given the confirmation that, like, this is her world. She's created this herself. And now she's, you know, confronted everybody outside of her little la la land there. And it's like, you know, I'll stay out of your business, you stay out of my business.
Mm-hmm.
But, so did she stole Vision's corpse?
Yes.
And brought him back to life?
No. No. I think it's still she's using her reality powers, so I don't think she can bring people back to life. Shit, I meant to send you a link to this film theory episode where they actually talk about WandaVision.
Uh-huh. And,
like, a lot of really good ideas that could be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is really cool. But, because I was curious about the fact that, about her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that she does actually she has them, but they're still figments of her imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point they get ripped away from her because she's being manipulated by another kind of another force, I guess. I already forgot his name. But then like the kids come back somehow. They just take souls of other people's bodies. And some kind of like shit from like Wonder Woman 1984. I was just like, okay.
All right.
So that but then they come back to her. It's very weird. I read about it and was already like, okay, this isn't weird at all, right? So yeah, I don't think he's alive, but at the same time, like the way Vision's interacting with her now makes it seem like he's very much a real person, right?
Right? Well, and like the way they've been kind of discussing her is like, is she that powerful that she's able to bring people back to life? And just some of the things that she's doing with her abilities, they're like, we didn't know she could do this stuff. She's basically more powerful than like Thanos or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But I liked the ending was really cool.
Just a casual fight during the credits scene. All common things that happen. And then they just leave the kitchen. You're like, oh, okay, that's it. I just left the kitchen. We're good.
Yep.
We're good now.
But then you saw who came in at the end, right?
Oh my god, that was so good.
Right?
And to cast the same guy from like the X-Men to play Quick, like, genius.
I was so happy that Evan Peters is like reprising that role too.
And again, like moments like that, like Wanda seems confused, right? She's like, I didn't do this. Well, at least she doesn't think she's, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe she doesn't think she's done it, but like she has. She just doesn't realize it because she's so powerful. The show's probably been the thing that I've been looking forward to the most. You know, and then obviously like Batwoman and The Flash and everything else coming back, I'll have more things to look forward to, but this has been definitely the show I've really been looking forward to every week, just because of how great the story's been going forward. There's still such a mystery to it, and you're just like, ooh, what's gonna happen? I did watch, I don't know if they put it during the Super Bowl, but I did watch the trailer for the Superman and Lois show that's gonna be on the CW. It looks pretty good. I saw a trailer for it, but I don't know which one.
Yeah, the one that has the All Right Now song by Free, that trailer was good.
I'll have to double check. I'm not 100% sure. It was a while ago I watched the trailer for it, so... I just remember there being flashes, and there's like, my kids! Flash, Superman, and Lois. And I was like, this told me nothing.
No, I think, that must have been an older one, because the one I saw today was kind of explaining more, as it's like, the kids don't know he's Superman. So he's hid his identity from his kids, and now finally they're learning he's Superman. But they were making it seem like, and maybe I read it wrong, or maybe that is, and it just wasn't clear, but they made it seem like the kids also have his abilities too at some point, or they develop his abilities at some point, but maybe I read into that wrong. I don't know. Okay. So
that'd be extra hard to... Because either you have to lie and be like, no, everybody has super strength, even mommy. And she's like, fuck shit. See, mom can pick up this 5 million ton barbell.
We'll see. I don't know, because in Smallville, from what I remember, like, that version of Clark Kent, his abilities didn't start, like, he started out with super strength. I'm not sure if he had it, like, right from birth, but... He started out with super strength, and then, like, later on in his teens, all of a sudden, he's, like, he got other, like, the other parts of his abilities that, you know, Superman has. So, like, the laser vision and the cold breath and all that other stuff. And
you know, when you hit puberty and you get superpowers. The classic X-Men tale, too. They were completely normal till they hit puberty.
Right? It's funny, too, because the episode of, with Smallville for him is when he gets his laser vision, is it happens when he gets turned on by, like... women, so it's like that, you know, awkward puberty stage where he's starting to discover he likes women, and so like there's the hot teacher that comes in, and all of a sudden his eyes start glowing red, and he starts like shooting lasers everywhere, and he's got to go back to his parents and be like, I don't understand what's. They're like, well, when you hit puberty, you're at that time, you know? So it's so funny.
Don't worry, all the boys your age, that's what happens.
Yeah.
It just comes from their pants, not from their eyes. God damn. That's always seems to be like a very common story thread. I don't know what I'm going with just like you hit puberty and you get superpowers. Such a strange thing, but it's very common. I guess it's to be more relatable to the kiddies.
Yep. But I guess,
mad.
Scientifically, that's when your body starts to develop more, so I guess,
yeah,
that's where they connect it to.
That's true. But it just makes me more upset, because then I'm like, why can't I at least get superpowers? If I'm going to hit puberty, I might as well get superpowers.
Right.
I'm not doing that. I mean, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Fuck off. Yeah, I'm going to give that show a watch. I'll give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to promise anything, but I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I haven't looked it up recently, but I still hope they do the, what is it? The Green Arrow and the Canary show, but I heard that it was
a no-go.
No?
Yeah, I think Xena sent me a link saying that they were a no-go, which hopefully eventually later on down the road they'll pick it back up again, because I feel like a lot of fans really were looking forward to that.
Did they say why? Or is it just more speculation? More than anything.
I don't even know. I do not know.
Because I understand, like, them not starting right away. Just because, like, Arrow ended and literally the pandemic happened. That was a sign, people. We should have known. Right?
I don't know. It gave the impression that they just didn't want to pick it up. I don't know if they're just too busy focusing on the CW shows now, because, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be the same showrunner, and they're going to want to try to keep the same kind of family of creators as with all the other Arrowverse shows working and involved in this show as well. And so if they've had to make so many changes to Batwoman, and then, Supergirl's ending, Flash is still continuing on, we've got the new Superman and Lois show, I think there's, like, another, like, Black Lightning, and there's, like, a couple other Stargirl and, like, all those other ones also in the mix as well. I feel like
Legends.
Either they think... Legends. And Legends, yes. Either they think that the Canary one is not going to be as good, like, maybe they're worried that it's not, but I feel like a lot of people really would enjoy it, or they just maybe don't have enough time to focus on it as well as all those other shows. I don't know.
Maybe. And like I said, like, it doesn't have to come out this year or the next year, I'm willing to wait. I understand,
I hope they, like, try to pick it back up again at some point.
Especially since, like, they clearly had an idea, and now they're just like, well...
Right?
I mean, I guess that's how it goes sometimes.
We'll just start a petition to get them to put it on the air. Because really, like, now that I'm rewatching Arrow again, I'm like, man, I really do miss, like, having Arrow involved with all the other superheroes and stuff like that. Like, he was obviously such a big integral part, because he was the first of all of them. And having that kind of vibe that he brought to the show, it would be really cool to see how they do it with, Mia and the Canaries and stuff like that.
Heck
and,
yeah.
like, integrate them with the rest of the ones, so yeah.
More girl power.
Girl power.
That's what I hope for, but, we'll see how it goes. I rewatched the first couple episodes of Glee again. Because I just wanted some songs in my life.
Oh, yeah, Glee. That's a good one. I should rewatch that, too.
It's funny watching, like, its first kind of jump... Because I think we've talked about this before, like, watching it, like, for the first time and, like, the different vibe it gets, and then how it, like, kind of changes a lot. And, I mean, that show had to change a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, even, like, right off the bat, the guy who plays Kurt Hummel, I guess he originally went in to read for Artie. But the casting director... and Ryan Murphy, the director, creator, like, loved him so much, they wrote him in.
That's cool.
So, like, and then obviously with, like, Finn dying or near the end of the series, well, I'm trying to remember when that was. I think that was season 5 or 4. And then, like, his passing away, that really sucked. The show had to change, like, yet again. Yeah, it's just fun watching it from the very beginning. And just seeing it kind of develop itself. And all this really bad humor.
I feel like even just seeing the dynamic of the type of drama that we went through in high school back then compared to, like, what it's like for kids nowadays. Right. I feel like seeing just that whole difference is probably pretty mind-blowing.
Didn't we talk about this last week about how, like, teenagers are all being played by 30-year-olds?
I think so. We mentioned a little bit about it, yep.
Yeah, and how, like, they're, like, trying to, like, change that because it just sets bad body image ideas.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is kind of true, because you're like, how the fuck are you this ripped? There's no way. No way. My expectations of high school. But I don't know what it is. Maybe just perspectives? Your oh my god.
Perspective?
Thank you. I don't even know what's happening. Like, changes? Because, like, I remember in, like, even junior high and elementary school, like, everything felt so big.
Yeah.
I won't quite say larger than life, but everything just felt bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, because I feel if I go back now, I'm going to be like, wow, everything's so small. What the hell? How did I function? You know?
Yeah.
And even, like, high school, it's just like, wow, this place is so small. What the fuck? Whereas everything just felt bigger.
Right.
Like, huh. Oakley dokley, then. I think sometimes, Joe, there are just, like, I don't know. I'm going to say, like, the CW, like, the Gossip Girls and all that. Or, like, all these people. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm in high school. And I'm like, bullshit! No way!
Right.
And there's, like, other shows where I'm like, I could believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a little bit of stretch of my disbelief. I'm like, you know what? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then there's, like, other people who, like, what was I looking up? Oh, I was looking up the Nancy Drew actors, because my mom was like, oh, none of these kids are high school age. Although, to be fair, in Nancy Drew, they do say that it's, they're out of high school.
Yeah.
You know, so which is nice. But I did look up all the actors, and most of them were about, like, 25, and one guy was, like, 35, and I was like,
yeah, I think you mentioned that last time.
Yeah, he has such a baby face, which is great, obviously.
Right?
But,
I get it all the time. People are like, remember freaking your roommate? You're 21. You don't look 21. Yeah, I get it all the time.
Thanks.
I used to hate it. Now I'm like, you know what? The older I get, the more young I look, I'll take it. Because when I'm 50 and if I still look 40...
Right? Hell yeah. That's how it goes. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know. I'm not sure where I was going with this point, but, like, people in high school are crazy.
Right?
Everybody looks different.
Yep.
And I think, I think we joked as, like, the reason why they don't actually hire, like, get kids who are in high school is then they have to follow the labor laws. So it's probably a lot easier to be like, hey, I'm going to have her this 20-year-old because they can stay on set for 8 hours.
Yep.
And they don't need to break for school or anything like that. So that's why I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just because I'm getting older. But when I think of, like, more ideas and stories I want to write, I do want to write more stories that are not high school related stories.
Yeah.
You know? Don't get me wrong. High school, junior high, very key points in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel there's enough stories that, like, talk about the the aftermath of that.
Yeah.
And if they are, it's, I don't know. They're not movies that appeal to me.
Yeah.
Or they're, like, I don't know.
Well, just something that's not the typical, like, cliche, predictable story that you're used to, where it's like, oh, big office girl, dreams big, and just gets the guy, like, those types of things, right? Like, I feel like that's what's kind of interesting, and to an extent, some people maybe have a hard time understanding or liking those types of stories, but also it's cool that more people are trying to, like, share, you know, the diversity of stories, because it's like not everybody lived that type of life. You know, you lived a completely different experience than I did, even though we both went to the same school together. And to hear your version of it and mine would be just so neat to see, like, the two different perspectives, right?
I think that's always my problem with coming of age stories.
Yeah.
When they're like, this is the best one, nail on the coffin. Like when Lady Bird was out, I watched it and I was like, it's a movie. Yep. Right? Because like you said, like, everybody has, like, completely different experiences, so it's hard. Maybe that's why I have a gripe with them, because I'm like, that's not how my life was. And to be fair, like, I don't need to watch something that's my life, but it's always hard then for me when they're like, no, this is the pinnacle of coming of age stories. I'm like, no, it's not.
Right? Because then also, too, like, you watch those things, and as much as I enjoy watching nice stories like that, you see certain elements and they say like, oh, well, you know, this is the pinnacle part of you know, high school or college, everything you did in college, and it's like you see all these patterns with things, and then you sit there and you think to yourself, well, I never experienced that, so did I do something wrong? Did I miss out on something? And then you start getting insecure about yourself because it's like, well, I didn't do any of that. Where's my version of that story, you know?
Right.
So I totally get that.
But I also get when people watch the Riverdales, they're just looking for, like, some escapism,
Some
which
sort
is
of
fine.
trash.
Yeah. I saw, what was it? Everyone was posting it. At least the CW actors I follow, getting all their shows renewed and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they're like, Riverdale! And I was like...
Right?
To be fair, I stopped watching after season 1. That was already too much for me, but apparently it gets even crazier. So I feel like if I ever wanted to get so shit-faced I can't stand up again, maybe I'll watch it again. It's so bonkers to me. Although I am glad I've been seeing more, like, video essays online about people just, like, trashing the show, so I'm like, thank you. Yeah. So I remember when it first came out, like, I didn't hear a lot of people talk any bad shit about it.
Well, it was interesting because it was new at the time, and they were, you know, reprising cool characters from back in the day, and, you know, everybody was like, ooh, there's, like, a dark, you know, kind of mystery side to it all, and then that was kind of neat to watch, and then all of a sudden it went from this, you know, cool mystery to, like, we just want to sleep around with everybody, and be like, you know, it's like, ugh. Yep.
If there is a god, please strike me with lightning right now. I just, I remember, like, some people didn't like the storyline between Archie and Miss Grundy, which I agree is probably a no-no. Especially because that one didn't really have any, if I remember correctly, any real consequences. She just, like, runs away.
Yeah.
And it's like, never again. And it's like, no. But yeah, I just remember that first year, they were, like, praised for their writing. And I was like, excuse me, what? What? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, again, I love, like, all the CW superhero shows. But even sometimes their lines can be bad. Yeah. You know? But, like, I don't know. I accept it and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think the thing is because, like, again, I don't know if it was them, I don't think it was them specifically, but, like, other people were praising Riverdale's writing. And I was like, yo, no. Nah.
Who are these people and what are their credentials? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions. But I feel now in more years, because that show's gone crazier and crazier, more people are just like, different.
Right? Sometimes, you know, they just want to make shows to just, you know, people like to watch the teen trash. And you got to please everybody, so.
Yeah. Although, there's only 6 seasons of Glee, and I technically never finished Glee.
There's really only 6 seasons? I thought there was more than that.
Nope, just 6.
Oh, wow.
I think me and my mom watched the first couple episodes of season 6, and we were just like, what the fuck? And we gave up. Then it got taken, and then I think we tried watching it again, and we watched 1 or 2 on Netflix, and then they got taken away, and now it's back, so I figured, I'll try. But I just remember some of those later seasons being real difficult to watch.
Yeah.
But, like, they do such a good job with, like, their dance numbers and their music numbers.
Right?
But some of the story plots after a while are just like, huh. And to be fair, I'm not a writer. I'm no good. I don't think I could produce anything as good, you know? But I feel at some point, somebody had to have been like, hey guys, do you think this is fucking stupid? You know?
Well, I feel too, like, a lot of it it's not just the writers, it's also the producers as well.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize how much producers do have a hand in what goes on the screen in the final, you know, part of it all. Like, changes are made, like you and I know, changes are made right up until, like, they call action, basically. Even right up into the editing room. They're like, you know, can we maybe not add this, or maybe we should add this, or we make this person more like this, you know, so... Like, even with Supernatural, that was such a big thing, right? Like, with their writers and the producers, they really wanted to take one route or the other, or, you know, like, even with Eric Kripke, the creator, he's like, no, I had 5 seasons in mind, that was the story I wanted, if you guys want to continue it forward, go ahead, but I'm done after this, you know, my Sam and Dean, their story's done after this, so whatever else you guys want to do, that's like a whole new chapter, good, you know. Godspeed.
You know what? How cool of him. He's like, I've done my stuff. You guys want to keep going? Cool, but...
Yeah.
I'm out of here, baby.
Yep.
That's true. The producers on Glee. We need to insert this cool song. It's cool this week. Make it work.
Yep, pretty much.
I feel that's probably... I probably shouldn't speak ill because I haven't watched them forever, but I remember that being kind of the trend after that. At least after a couple good seasons in, they were just like, this is the hottest song this week.
Or like the artist, right? Because they would do those episodes where it was like Lady Gaga week, or Justin Bieber week, or Britney Spears week, right? Like they would have it all be one artist and stuff.
Yeah. Which sometimes could be really cool. Speaking of the Michael Jackson episode, that was that best cover I think they've ever done.
Ugh.
And obviously because Grant Gustin's there.
Yep.
As the Flash.
Smooth Criminal.
That was so good.
I love that cover. That's a good cover.
Naya Rivera, rest in peace, but that was the fucking best part.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm rewatching it, so maybe my opinions will change, but to me, that was the best cover they did.
Oh, totally. Hands down.
Ever. Yeah. It was so good. No more words. Like, it's just really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to listen to that song now.
Right? Every so often I'll you know, put it on my phone and listen to it, and I'm like, yeah, man, this was such a good song.
This is the best. But yeah, I think that's our time. I can't tell because I think my phone went to sleep. I just didn't know because I didn't yawn.
Oh yeah,
usually I know.
That's usually our cue. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
Well, cinema peeps.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I got heart. I hope you guys have a happy Tuesday.
Yes.
Watch all the content.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope you're having a better week than we are. And I'm sure we will recover at some point.
And if you are having just as bad a week as we are, we feel you, we see you, we hear you, and we hope that things will get better because, you know.
Is that your superpower?
That's all you can do.
I can't see nobody's. I can't see nobody's.
Metaphorically, we see you.
Ah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Monkey.
Monkey. And...